Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Clippedshots here, back with another challenge run in Peglin, and of course we are doing some spicy business. This is a run that we start off with bad cheese and the glorious SuffeRing. We'll get to what we have to start off with in just a moment. For now, we're going to pick up the Eye of the Turtle. Having more options, as I've always said, is awesome because you can kind of choose what you want. This is of course a modded challenge. And to start off here, we have the Poltorbgeist and the Swoltorb. Will that be enough to help us get through this treacherous deluge? I don't know. Let's find out. Definitely good thing that it's starting off with the Swoltorb here. I don't think without it, it would be too easy. With it, it is definitely a lot easier, a lot better. And not having to be in Crucible definitely makes life a hell of a lot better. That was almost enough to kill everything by itself. Fantastic news. Nothing else has been modded or changed. Everything else is at base value. As you can see, this guy's doing only 21 for a lot of orbs. So that is what it is. Let's see what we can pick up. We don't want basically any of these. None of these are going to be that useful for us. The lightning might have been, but for now we're okay. We're going to go left here. Make sure we can grab some extra fights. As many as possible really does the trick. We can't go right and grab this chest and the fight, so we're gonna definitely go left here as we sneak our way in. We'll go here just in case it somehow fails and we have to go one way or the other. We can always guarantee that we'll grab a chest at least. So let's do this. So we start off with a good old left. Hopefully we can go left and it won't just trail us somewhere random like that. We might end up going right here. Fortunately, no. Down we go. I'll say this almost guarantees us going left. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and liking this challenge series. If you guys enjoy this sort of content, make sure to leave a subscribe. That helps me out tremendously. You have no idea. Otherwise, let's keep this rolling. I think I'm just gonna set it slightly left here and hope that it kind of does what I want. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Well, not quite as good as I hoped it would be. But that's okay though. Some of these maps are going to be extremely difficult comparatively just because, yeah, I mean, they are going to be difficult. I'm totally fine if this goes to the right and just grabs the bomb. But yeah, I didn't think it was going to be that easy. It's going to reload. It's going to kill most of the things because, yep, Swoltorb. There's some damage. That's not enough to kill it. But it was close though. Let's see if we can go and grab that, refresh. Yes, we can. And a little bit of extra damage would be great. There we go. A little bit of spice never hurt. That's 11 damage. We can go and grab this bomb and he'll die, but he's already dead. So that works out for me. Let's see. I think a Bold Orb would be pretty nice, especially once it upgrades. It should be a little bit better. A Bramball's not too bad. Those don't do anything. Orb isn't too bad, assuming you can get things rolling, but if you can't get things rolling, it might be a little more challenging. Let's see. I think a Bold Orb is going to be the ticket. Well, no, actually, this won't do much else because at the end of the day, we have the Poltorbgeist. Poltorbgeist is going to do everything we need, so let's go and not take it and just keep on rolling along the way. This is actually really surprising that there are so many fights in this early stage. Usually you don't get that unless you're in Crucible. Maybe I'm accidentally in Crucible. I really don't think so though. But that would be quite funny if I was. And down we go. If you guys have a challenge you want to see me try and attempt, leave a comment down below. And usually I'll try to do them as stated. I'm not always going to be able to do that though. Sometimes they need to be tweaked to twinge because sometimes, as it stands, challenges are occasionally a little bit too difficult. As much as I would like to not admit something like that, sometimes that's just how it is. And unfortunately, we just kind of have to deal with it when that happens, of course. As much as possible, I'm trying not to let anything like that defeat me. So here we are, back and forth over and over again. Oh, that was a good bounce. Oh, I wish it hit that bomb at least once. That'd have been so much better. Okay, let's see if we can get that refresh. There we go. And there's some more. Good little Poltorb. Yeah, we're gonna get wailed on pretty well here. I'm taking quite a bit of damage and I'm not happy about it. There's a refresh. And there's some more damage coming our way. Sweet golly gee willikers. Let's see what we got. I think we're gonna go left here. I think left kind of happens to be kind of better. Ooh, how that panned out, it happened to be better for sure. And there's the bomb. Let's go. That was a good show. Even if it just gets some random things to be a little bit higher level. Ooh, that was good. Is that enough to kill them? Yes, it is. 71 damage. It would have been enough to kill them without any of that extra flair and jazz. We're gonna grab the Nosferatu, I think, because a little bit of healing might go a long way. Refreshing punch is gonna be really awesome, but equally though, if I don't get something like the Alchemist Cookbook or the Perfected Reactant, I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish off the forest. So let's go and give the Alchemist Cookbook a chance here so that hopefully we can turn some bombs into some much needed damage. Sorry, some pegs into some much needed damage. Chuck it all the way up to the right and hope that it goes where I want it to. Fortunately, it did. Like I said, we're just going to work our way down. Worm our way down to the bottom and hope that we get everything we need. Obviously, we want to start with this orb because we need some pegs to have some damage. We're not going to be able to use that Nosferatu here for a moment. But if we're lucky, we can get some damage up with these two orbs. So we will be skipping this orb for the moment. We don't want to take more damage than, well, than desired. Hopefully I dig open that refresh. I got close. Not as much as I hoped I would have gotten, but a little bit here and there is nothing to scoff at. Again, we're not going to grab that. Sounds like a bad idea. Gonna grab some of these guys, and there's a bomb. Beautiful. And hopefully a refresh, if we're lucky. But doesn't look like we're gonna be. 35 damage isn't bad, but we're starting to take more than I would like to see. Ooh, that was a bad throw. Oh my. Well, we might have to do this challenge quick again. And if that's the case, that's totally fine. Sometimes we can get a little bit of bad luck along the way. Some of these fights are bad luck, by the way. Nice, that was good. Okay, Poltorbgeist, do your magic. Hoping for the best here. I'm gonna go for that refresh and see if I can grab it. Boom, beautiful. And it also opened up a spot for a bomb, and we have enough pegs now that I would be pretty comfortable throwing my Nosferatu to get a little bit of health back. Let's see what we can do here. That's already a decent amount. 22, 25. Come on, keep going, Nosferatu. 42, 45. Nice. That saves us quite a bit. It was a little bit spooky there for a moment, no doubt. But as things continued onwards, we happen to get luckier and luckier. This is exactly why the Nosferatu sounded like a good idea. This was definitely a challenge. I was spooked that this guy was going to be the end of me. Let's go ahead and upgrade this Swoltorb, because Swoltorb increasing them to 2 per hit is actually going to be really significant. And I can't believe I got the Crystalmos Fleece. Unfortunately, that doesn't really do too much. But it's better than these other two for sure, so that's definitely going to be the prime choice here. Obviously, it's a really wonderful item, but considering our damage is 1-to-1 across the board, you know, it's a little bit less than desirable. Damage ups would also be significant, super huge early on like this, but until we can get a damage up, Swoltorb, you're just gonna have to carry us. And that's what I'm gonna hope for. There goes a Swoltorb, everything at 4 already. And it's only gonna go up from there. There's the crit, does absolutely nothing for us, but we did touch that bomb, so that's a pretty big factor. Let's go and touch this stuff again, because you never know what this little guy's gonna do. If he happens to hit a bomb, he might just shoot through the entire map. That wasn't the case. We are gonna go and skip this because we don't want that. Unfortunately, the enemies get a turn. Not exactly my favorite thing. Let's see if we can bounce it back to our damage area. Nope, not quite. Not quite lucky enough. But we did get some decent damage, and there's the bomb that I was talking about. Exactly that. Now we are in our damage area, and we're just gonna stay in there, leveling things up and getting more and more damage. Ooh, that's a solid 90 damage across the board, plus 2 bombs. That's almost enough to kill everything. Almost enough. Can't believe that guy survived with 1 HP though. Who let him into this party? My goodness, words are difficult today. Words are always difficult. Maybe I'm just cursed. Maybe I'm just a cursed one. Okay, we need to get rid of him this turn though, because if we don't get rid of him this turn, we might be in some big trouble. I am tempted to use this. I'm also tempted not to use this. We will go and use it though, because it's almost a guaranteed kill on this guy. Not tons of health, but 20 HP is enough to probably survive at least this stage. Let's go ahead and not do that. Let's see if we can sneak this guy in here. Ooh, bad luck on our part. But this next turn should help make up for that. There we go. And there's some extra damage across the way. Fortunately, didn't hit as many pegs as I would have liked it to. Somehow he dies and we stay alive. So again, we're upgrading our Swoltorb. I think we have to play extra risky, because if we don't play extra risky, we might be in a little bit of trouble. This would be amazing, but I think the Bomulet is actually going to be our ticket item here. Our big ticket item. Because the more damage, the more bombs we have on the board, the more our starting damage is. And sometimes when enemies are very close to us, getting that starting underway is a little bit challenging. What do we got here? Plus 10 damage to slimes. Well, that's unfortunate. I wonder if when it says plus 10 damage, does that mean at the end it adds 10 damage? Or does that mean every peg that I hit gets plus 10 damage and goes to the bomb? Okay, we're going to embrace the lightning because we do have to go this way if we want to keep everything just going smooth. We could potentially have gone the other way and that would have been extremely bad. We're going to go and let the ball lightning sink. We got lucky and actually got an item to throw away. My oh my, talk about luck. Sometimes it's on our side and sometimes it isn't. Just like that. Fortunately though, even if we went the other way, we would have only gotten a singular item, so this works out just about the same. We're going to go ahead and tend to the roots, because I do believe that now we'll be able to do some good work, assuming we can go down to this boss. In terms of healing, is what I really mean. I just want to say again, thank you guys so much for watching and suggesting so many awesome challenge runs. You guys are phenomenal. You guys are making this game even more enjoyable, as I love a little bit of a challenge. And seeing what I can and can't do in a game is always tons of fun for me. You guys have no idea. That's one of the things I find the most fun in games, is challenging myself to see what I can and or cannot do. Okay, there's the Nosferatu. Again, I think we're going to skip it for now because it's not really going to give me all that much. So let's go and skip it for now and come back to it in a moment here, when maybe we have a slightly better setup. No, that was actually like the worst possible outcome there, isn't it? Let's go and get some health. Please go to where all the bombs are and detonate all the bombs and get all the pegs. 26 HP sounds pretty good to me. Plus enough bombs to kill the front guys. Sounds wonderful, actually. Probably the best deal I could have made. And there's that coming up and over. There's a bomb. Any bombs that hit this guy really give it a kick. So I am always eager to get those bombs. I think we can get this refresh here. So let's see if we can. Beautiful, we can. And that's obviously what we wanted. Double refresh. And maybe a bomb action. Nope, but did touch a bunch of pegs. There we are. He's at 50 HP. That sounds pretty good to me. Let's go and grab some health. I think we can snag a bunch here. 30, 40, 57. That brings us close to full, plus a good hit on the enemy. So now we're going to go ahead and upgrade the Poltorbgeist. I know that might be a little bit confusing. You might be thinking, what happened to the other stuff? And a recombobulator. Perfect. I know that's going to decrease our bomb damage by a significant amount, but if we happen to get the perfected reactant, we can totally turn that around and do some big damage once again with bombs. For right now though, the biggest concern is definitely going to be just surviving, and the more bombs on the board slash the more bombs that can be refreshed, definitely going to be the thing that does it for me. Well, that did absolutely no damage, but it doesn't need to, because we do happen to have this guy here, which might do all the damage for us. We're lucky we get a refresh along the way here. No refresh, but time has not ended just yet. 20 damage. Again, fortunately, we don't need to do any damage. Here he is in our face. He's going to run away before we get a chance to hit him. What a sob story. Let's see if we can trick shot this straight up into that refresh. I think right there. Ooh, wow. Skills and skills. Sometimes that works out really well and sometimes it doesn't. I'm glad it worked out in my favor that time around at least. Alrighty. Well, I think a bomb might be really nice here, but equally, I kind of want to go downwards more than anything because downwards gives me that opportunity right there. The more bombs I hit, the more likely I am to bounce back up to the top, as you can see, and hit more pegs. So we're shooting for stuff that gives me a good potential, and I think that gives me some of the best I have. This is all caged off. This is a perfect time to get some health, but again, we don't need it. We're still in a really good spot. So let's go ahead and do this guy and hopefully get a bunch of damage. We got some pegs already up to 10, but it shoots off into oblivion. What a sob story. I don't know why my commentary is like this today, guys. I'm kind of just feeling like talking like this. This is how I feel like letting you guys have some info. Don't know why, but it is. Alrighty. We could get some health here, but again, we're still only doing 15, so we're gonna go and skip it until we're at about 50 HP. Then we'll heal ourselves up and just go from there. One step at a time, right? This is pretty nice. All those got 5s, which is super phenomenal. Alrighty, here he comes. Big bustling and hustling. Let's see what we can do. Nice, a refresh, a desperately needed one, might I add. And unfortunately, oof, it didn't get that bomb to detonate, because if it had, I would have been to the moon and back. Alrighty, let's go ahead and use this guy, because now we're at a spot where we might be able to kill the big boss guy all by ourselves without any extra help here, and I think we're going to. 51 damage, and we have to heal 51, so he's dead. Beautiful. That was more than I could have expected. We don't need any of these orbs, so we're gonna go and skip them. And what do we have here? Sapper Sack, the wand, Sealed Conviction, and question becomes, what do we want, if anything? I do like the wand. It's not bad, but 2 times of 0 is still 0. The Electro-Pegnant might be our strongest choice here, just because Sapper Sack will get us killed. Bombulate plus Recombobulator and the Alchemist Cookbook equates to Sapper Sack doing probably way too much damage to myself. The Electro-Pegnant, however, pulls our orbs back into the mix and lets them keep hitting. Sealed Conviction hurts us, and all it does really is okay, it doesn't hurt us. It hurts us in the sense that we have to use the Nosferatu every time it comes up. So unfortunately, that is going to hurt us, because if we have to heal and our Nosferatu does 50 damage to ourselves, well, that might be a little bit of a problem. Wand of Skulltimate Power, fantastic item, but what it's going to do is it's going to drain our health until we get to the point where we're actually doing something. And well, Electro-Pegnant seems like the safe bet here. So let's go ahead and go. Force complete, and let's move onwards. Alrighty. Ooh, wow. What is this map right now? Okay, to the right we go. Yes, please. Okay, let's go and skip that Nosferatu. We don't need it straight out the gate. I'm so glad it's skipping stones on everything. The more it hits, the more damage potential we have in the future. 5 damage is totally fine by me. These guys have a little bit of time before they need to round up and come back, so I'm not too concerned here. There's a crit, not that it does anything, but it's nice to have, because if we happen to get more, it will start doing something. There's another refresh. Nice. That's 62 damage already. 66 damage, might I say. Not that it really kills them, but a little bit of dwindling in their health is pretty significant. Definitely the cheese did make this possible. If we didn't have the cheese, I don't think this challenge would have been super plausible, as damaging yourself all the time isn't exactly the best way to get damage. But that was a good throw. Again, we still don't need health, so we're going to keep skipping this guy. Go ahead and get some crits, because a little bit of extra damage never hurt anybody. These bombs are coming in super handy, especially with this Poltorbgeist. So I think this was all the right choices so far. 200 damage, that's enough to kill everything on the board. Was this too hard or was this not too hard? I don't know yet. We haven't won or lost this run yet, so until we do, well, until we do. Until we do, we don't know. As a quick update to the channel and some of the things that we're doing, currently we're going to be playing some extra games. If you guys happen to be interested, you can go and find that, yeah, of course, in my channel feed. I'm sure you've probably seen some of the stuff that's coming up, but I do have a lot more games that are planned for the future, such as Stillness of the Wind, Alan Wake, and whatnot. In the next or upcoming months, everything will stay relatively the same. We're going to finish out Stillness of the Wind and start Alan Wake, and then in a couple of months when things change, we'll probably be doing a lot of Cult of the Lamb in about 2 months when that game is released. I do love myself Cult of the Lamb so far, and I can't help but want to play that game until it's beaten and thoroughly done. I don't know if it's gonna have the same replayability as something like The Binding of Isaac, but I sure as heck hope so. Or at least as much replayability as a game like this, as I do enjoy the replayability this game has as well. But only time will tell, of course. We still don't need health, so I'm going to keep skipping this orb, at least for the time being, and hit that refresh so we can get as much damage in as possible. Refreshing Punch would have made this a little bit better, because every time you hit a refresh, all the pegs around it get hit, and that is not something to scoff at. Overwhammer would be pretty nice at this point. That's something I'm looking out for, a big ticket item in my opinion. So if we can get that, that's definitely something I am eyeing to get. Ooh, it didn't grab the thing I wanted. That's a big sob story. Maybe it will now? Nope. Still sob story. There we go. Now we got the thing we wanted. That's 200 damage, enough to kill everything on the board. So I am happy as a clam. I couldn't be happier, really. There's another refresh. Oh my goodness. Will this orb stay in play forever? Probably not. With all these bombs, though, it has a pretty good chance of coming back over and over again. And this is one of the reasons why I really like the Electro Peglin, because it pulled the orb all the way from down here all the way back up to the top, hitting a refresh and then getting stuck on the top rung to deal not enough damage to kill him, but enough damage to kill him with bombs, and then enough damage to kill them once over. We don't need any of those orbs. Nothing there is really all that fancy, but yeah. Once Cult of the Lamb comes out, guys, you might see a slight decrease in videos of Peglin. I kind of don't think so, because at that point we'll probably be done with Alan Wake, Stillness of the Wind, and even our secondary content at the moment, which is I'm gonna go for another Swoltorb actually. I know that might sound a little bit funny, but another Swoltorb sounds really good actually. Increase the damage of all the pegs by quite a bit, and then hopefully get to the Poltorbgeist and, you know, magic. But anyways, yeah, you guys might see a bunch more content in terms of Cult of the Lamb for a little bit, because obviously that's going to be the case. And then anytime that this game gets an update, I will be all over it like hotcakes. Like 2 peas in a pod. I don't know. I don't know what the right saying would be. How did I get health back? Did I heal last time? I might have healed last time, eh? Okay, let's go and do this number here. Do this again. Ooh, there we go. Hit all of them. Beautiful. Ooh, hit a refresh. Do some crazy stuff. Oh yeah, keep going. Just keep hitting those. Keep hitting those. That's 27 on that one already. That's a double times crit. That takes care of those shields, and that guy's dead. Magic, magic, magic. Alrighty. Starting off with a really good peg here. That's probably going to be enough to kill them. How is that a 2 bomb? What? What is that? What is that? How did I glitch the game? How do we glitch the game with this? That's crazy. Can you guys stay alive for a second? I need to hit that peg. Okay, well, they couldn't stay alive for more than a second. I almost want another Swoltorb, but I think my deck is perfect in size for the time being. 2 level 3 Swoltorbs is enough. If we happen to get another Poltorbgeist, that would be pretty awesome though. And definitely worth its salt. Alrighty. This is gonna basically go wherever it wants to, so I'm not gonna worry about aiming it too hard. That's why it's kind of going off into Timbuktu. The more refreshes I get though, the better off this will be, because as it clears through pegs, which hopefully it does in a really efficient manner, and unfortunately as it is right now, is not doing. But hopefully as it does, there's a lot of bombs in the lower section, which it didn't hit, and unfortunately didn't do much on. I was kind of hoping it would do a lot more there. Well, you get what you get, and you can't complain about it, pretty much. So we get what we got, and here we are. And all the refreshes are on the very bottom. Really, game? Really gotta be so mean to me? Maybe this game doesn't want me to win this challenge. This hand will hurt quite a bit, but I do have a bunch of extra health, so I'm not incredibly upset or concerned about this. I do want to try to sneak it in, which I didn't quite get to do. Oh, please. Okay, well, still no refreshes. What a sob story. But this one is wide out in the open now, and we did get the perfect thing to hit it. To be fair, the perfect thing probably would have been the Poltorbgeist comparatively, but it works out just the same. Here we go. Crit, please. Thank you. Oh, and a refresh. I don't know why I got that refresh. I hoped I didn't, actually. But the board is being filled with bombs right now, which is quite good. Right now, most things are not dealing at least 20 damage, so bombs are going to be dealing more damage than our actual pegs are, at least for the time being. So more bombs we can hit, the better off we'll be. Fortunately now, we do have a lot of room to upgrade pegs by quite a substantial number. Unfortunately, we keep getting bombs that shoot us straight into oblivion and beyond. Let's go and skip this and hope and pray that whatever comes up next is a little bit better. Please hit that refresh. Oh yeah. Beautiful. And it pulled itself up and over that hump, so it does have potential to stay up there for quite a bit. No such dice, but 200 damage as he approaches to our face isn't the worst that could happen. Ooh, another 200 damage plus a couple bombs. He's gonna give us a good slap, but we're gonna go and slap back and get some health back. There should be enough damage to heal us all the way. Yep, we're already full HP and beyond. And we're gonna do quite a bit of damage, so this is basically us nulling and voiding one of his shots and hopefully killing him. Not quite. We're gonna take that one hit, and that's probably about all we're gonna take from him. Yep, as he's dead to not only us, but also bombs. Enhanced gunpowder or something along the way would actually make this significantly more powerful. There we go. And let's go ahead and upgrade. Nosferatu, you're up. Whenever you lose health, deal 2 times the amount to all enemies. 1 damage per peg. And whenever you defeat an enemy, refresh the board. I feel like the Mental Mantle might be the play here. Simply because we're not healing a bunch, so Nosferatu does work really well, but it doesn't do that much. But 2 times damage might make it do that much. Mental Mantle does guarantee a little bit of damage. Let's go Ring of Indignation. Yeah, that's what we're gonna go for. We got another fight ahead of us. It might be the same fight, might not be. I don't know. Alrighty. We don't need this guy, at least not yet. So we're gonna put him away. As he gets closer, we'll definitely use the Nosferatu at least once. But I think we can let him hit us once at least. As we saw, he does enough damage to, the Nosferatu rather, does enough healing to really pull us back up quite far. Alrighty. That looks good. Yeah, not too bad. And it pulled itself back up thanks to the Electro Pegnant. not bad, not bad. Not fantastic by any means, but definitely not bad. Let's see, we do want to get a refresh here. Hopefully it's one at the top rather than going all the way to the bottom. And there we go. Ooh, it missed it all by itself. There we go. I was really hoping it'd hit another one that was lower. Hitting those ones that are really lower is really valuable. Alright, we can just toss this in here. Anywhere kind of works. Nice, not too bad. Are you guys excited for any classes that are coming out in this game? Obviously, I don't think they've announced any, at least not to my knowledge, but I am pretty excited about the possibility of new classes. Obviously, it is kind of promised for there to be, so I'm very excited about that. I think classes are going to be a really awesome thing added to this game. I think it'll change how the game is played a little bit. And there's obviously tons of potential in terms of classing that this game can have, because it can go from barely changing the game to dramatically changing the game. You could have like alternate dimensions. Ooh, we just killed him. Bang, bing. Wait, sometimes you really get throws like that, and that's going to be really powerful, because being able to refresh the board more is kind of really good, but also the power glove will be extremely strong too. How much does the ring do? -2 or 3? Well, that really doesn't do anything for us, considering most of our orbs don't really do any damage. Well, I guess they'll all be brought up to 1-1. We're gonna go this though. Alrighty, let's see. We definitely want to go to the middle. We could go for the side, any side, either side, and then the middle again. That brings us to a fight and this, which is kind of guaranteed items. I'm totally down for that. Let's go and just go here. Go here for now, and then we'll choose which way we want to go afterwards. Alright, this is the fight I was concerned about, or maybe not so concerned about previously. Ooh, that was a bad throw. That was not the greatest. Can confirm, that was not the greatest. It's always better when they kind of wobble around a little bit and then go back down, go back up rather than down. That's okay though. Those are all 10s, some are 15 over there. And that's 110 damage. Plus the bombs, this guy's close to dying. Here's our favorite orb. Our piece of candy here, you could say. And there's the boss. Alrighty, we want to go for that crit as much as possible, so let's do that. We might be able to get 2 crits here. And if we do, that could be some big damage. There we go, another refresh. Let's see what else we can muster up. There's another crit, 410 damage. That's enough to kill not only everything, but almost kill the boss. Will we get enough? 598 plus some bombs. We killed the boss all in this one shot. This is definitely a little bit more of a fun run in some aspects than too much of a challenge, which is nice. That's why I occasionally want to do some fun runs as well, mixed in. That's why I also have that project of how much damage can one peg do, which is exactly why this was the perfect follow-up run to that. We definitely want to see how much damage a single peg can do. That's 23 on that one. I haven't seen much more than maybe 25 so far. So if you guys have seen more, let me know. I'd be interested to see. I think all my orbs are now fully leveled, so I don't think I have to worry about anything other than healing and getting relics. Yep, nothing there. And let's see, a cookie would be pretty good. We're refreshing quite a bit. Let's go cookie. Alrighty. Ooh, we just snuck it in. We just snuck it right on through. Alrighty, let's see what this guy's got. Ooh, that is fantastic. Enhanced gunpowder. Clear nearby pegs when detonated. So we could potentially get this, and that would totally be fine. I kind of want to try. Let's do it. All I have to do is hit one more. No. Literally the only thing you had to do was hit one more bomb. Why? we almost had it, guys. We almost had it. Let's go ahead and upgrade an orb. There you go. This one, let's go and read what it does. Heals you and damages all enemies for 2 times the amount healed. Damage 15 to self. Yeah. Increase it by 15. Then we also have the Ring of Indignation, which doubles the damage that you take every time you take damage. So basically, the 50 damage we could probably take at some point with a level 3 Nosferatu. We can double that and deal 100 damage to all the enemies. And then, of course, deal double damage of whatever we heal, which equates to another 100 damage. If we're lucky, of course. We could always go to more. We could always go for more than that, but it's all a factor. It's all a factor. Let's go over here and see what we got. There's the bombs that I'm talking about. Already 4s across the board there. What else do we got? Hit some more bombs, please. There we go. This peg is already, I mean, this orb is already doing 200 damage, 300 damage. I definitely misread that. That's quite a bit of damage straight out the gate. There we go. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Beauty and the Beast, might I say, might I say. And that is tons of damage already. Hundreds of damage and hundreds of bombs. Enough to kill the entire board at least twice over. No Swoltorb, I mean, I don't need it. Not right now, at least. So down we go. Alrighty. Ooh, this is lucky. We got another refresh point. We ever happen to get the heavy light shaft potion rather than the light. Oh, never mind. The light shaft potion rather than the heavy shaft potion. We could be in really good sorts. This, of course, helps us do more coverage, but does take away a little bit of damage from our actual Swoltorb dealing damage. How did it not hit any of those bombs? Game, explain to me how you do this. How you do this. Alrighty. I've had enough. Be gone, heathens. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. So many bombs, so much damage already. Might I say we have quite the luck now, don't we? Beautiful. We definitely don't want to be adding too many more bombs to this mix because we're already converting so many bombs on the board to... sorry, so many pegs on the board to bombs. So we don't want to be adding a powder collector or anything like that. We have more than enough, I would argue. And there's a bunch more. So hopefully this is all good. Honestly, if they made stuff like the Alchemist Cookbook, and maybe even the powder collector, whenever it turns pegs into bombs, once they're detonated and refreshed, if they turn back into pegs, I think that would make a lot of sense in terms of keeping the game alive and running. But we've already killed this boss at least once or twice over, so I'm not really complaining too much in any capacity. This orb by itself is phenomenal, especially with the glorious SuffeRing. And with how many bombs we have, yeah, I think we're doing okay. That was probably about 1,000 damage, and that's a whopping 850. 850, something like that. Okay, gift that keeps on giving, plus the Poltorbgeist, that sounds pretty good to me. Especially with the Swoltorb, because now we can hit multiple pegs multiple times. And the bombs, I mean, all that sounds like a pretty good plan to me. That sounded pretty good. We want all the question marks. We don't need to upgrade. We don't need anything. So these fights are going to be completely useless for us unless we get items, which the only way that we can really do that is by getting these question marks and getting lucky with a chest of some sort. That's already almost at 20. That's 22 right there. These guys are only at like 5 or 6. And we killed him, but he also hurt us a very significant amount, about 40 damage. I'm not going to sit here and do all the math, but if you guys want to tell me how much that is, you're free to do so. I'm glad we don't have to upgrade or get any new orbs. We're kind of just on our own in the luck. And yeah, that's about it. There we are. Let's see what else we got here. Ooh, I forgot. This is the Poltorbgeist, isn't it? Alrighty, Mr. Poltorbgeist. Luck on you. Did quite a bit. More bombs, please? If not, I'm not going to complain too hard. There's a bomb. What's nice is even if when the bomb goes off, it actually isn't getting rid of the pegs. Because now that we have the gift that keeps on giving, the pegs stay. So once a bomb goes off, all we're doing is increasing our damage. That's a 30 peg down there. And I'm glad that front guy is toasted roasted. There's a crit for us. So the next crit will actually help us do more damage. I think. I'll really have to see and watch our damage go up or down. That's a 40 peg right there. How is that already a 40? That's crazy. Alrighty, well that was good damage. I don't know how I healed up. Probably from the corn or the cookie. Either way though, those are some pretty fine options. Sweet. Let's go ahead and get rid of this guy because we don't want that to be there. If you guys haven't, go ahead and drink some water today. I definitely recommend it. Water is great and fantastic, and I never drink enough of it, so I can't help but encourage everyone else to do the same. It reminds me to do the same as well. So drink up. Damage across the board. That's enough to kill everything, I think. Yep, it is. That was a lucky first shot. I will tell you that much. Can we like pop him over here somehow? Yes, we can. Ah, no, we can't. Alrighty. Bask in the glory of being able to shoot pegs multiple times. Sorry, orbs multiple times. I don't know why I can't talk today, guys, but I really can't. My words are jumbled and mumbled and all sorts of confuddled. Let's go ahead and enter the tear. Forest boss awaits us on the other side. Ooh, this is a great one. Because we can kind of just like toss this guy, yeah. And you're just gonna do tons of damage. My goodness. Already 400, 700 damage, 800 damage. He's dead in one shot. This is always why, again, I'll probably say this a million times over, but anytime I get into a tear like this, I always think, oh, this is a great example of why if you want to one-shot a boss, this is probably the best way to do it. Get to the end, go to all the question marks, go through a tear. Your build is probably going to be strong enough at some point to be able to mow through those that boss. And I mean, if you're doing 1,000 damage or 500 damage a shot, I mean, you're gonna be killing it. So that's always my thing. Look at us detonate those bombs. That whole left side has tons of damage ready and waiting for us, and we did some overwhammer damage. I'm very proud. We'll definitely go for this bat because that bat does give us a pretty good chance of wow. Gives us a pretty good chance of killing everything. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because we're doing the Poltorbgeist, so everything's dead anyways. Fortunate for us. Also, if you guys don't know, recently, I'm sure no one knows because I never told anybody, but recently I started watching the Cowboy Bebop. Funny, I know, right? Such an old anime. Now, I'll tell you this much. I used to not like Cowboy Bebop. It used to not really be my thing. That was many moons ago. And I decided to try it again because I knew that I kind of liked it. Maybe it's just a mood thing. And depending on my mood is depending on if I like it or not. I'm going to run away. I don't need the healing. The cookie and all this stuff gives me good health. The extra damage is unnecessary. The being hurt is the only thing that is scary at the moment. So I'm just not going to do that. We want to go right. We don't, like I said, we don't need the fights. So we'll just do this number here. And let's see if we can get it real quick. But yeah, anyways, so if you guys are looking for a good anime to watch in the future, I definitely recommend Cowboy Bebop. I think it's pretty awesome. If you guys have Netflix and live in America, you can totally watch it. Yeah, and it's pretty awesome. Duplicate all orbs, duplicate a random orb. Well, to be fair, if we duplicated all orbs, it wouldn't be too bad. especially since now we have the overwhammer. We might get multiple Swoltorbs. I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate all. Well, no, we'll just duplicate a random orb. Right now, we're in a pretty good spot. What do we duplicate? Nosferatu. Okay, double healing. I'm cool with double healing. That was kind of the one peg that I didn't want them to get, but like, I'm sorry, the one orb that I didn't want them to duplicate. But always this game has a way of choosing the absolute worst orb for you to duplicate and then duplicating that one. There we are with damage. We're gonna go just try this again because I believe it's possible. We can do it. Come on, hit the bomb. Hit the bombs. Just one more time. Ah. Oh, so close. That one item probably won't make a difference. Probably. But this fight might make a difference. I'm going to tell you that much. This is a very spooky fight, so I'm going to just try to shoot it off to the sides as much as possible and not detonate every bomb on the map. But we're already detonating quite a bit, so hope for the best. And with the recombobulator, things can be pretty spooky. I'm gonna see if I can shoot this one all the way off to the very side and not get him to touch anything. There you go, perfect. Now one bomb will kill all these guys up front most likely, and if not, I mean, I do have the Ring of Indignation, so this should hopefully go just fine. He came all the way back up from the trash. Just gonna put that out there. That's enough to kill the last two guys. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and toss this guy way off the side again. We do not want to touch any of these guys for a minute here. We want them all to be off to the side. I mean, that was actually totally fine. That worked out really well, actually. And they're all right up in our face. Let's go ahead and touch some bombs. If we're lucky, we touch a couple bombs. There we go. That was more than enough, and everything's dead. We're going to be a little bit hurt, but that was probably the best outcome we could have asked for in this map. I know this map is probably the most terrifying map. I would go out on a limb to say that should probably be a boss map. Because I've probably died on that map more than I've died on like any other map. That's the wrong button. If we go over here, I think it's going to take us to this fight. We get a guaranteed item. I'm kind of down for it. Let's go. Let's see if it does take us to where I think. It does indeed. And a fight we have on our hands before we get a chest. This map here is not too difficult, especially with what our current setup is. We're going to be increasing the damage of pegs by a very significant margin for a minute here. There we go. Quite beautiful. This one's already at 30. That one's already at 30. That means these guys have a pretty decent chance of going up in damage of large margin, large way. Unfortunately, I didn't go that way again, but that's okay though. Another 30 and a couple 20s. Those guys are gone. Let's try this guy out and see if this guy does any better. He's already doing way too much damage. Perfect. We got a refresh in our hands, and now we could probably kill him with this orb, but we don't want to risk it. Let's go ahead and just do this. That was so many bombs lined up in a row there. It's kind of insane. Let's see, is that enough to kill him? Yes, it is. A Matryoshka. That kind of sounds fun. It's not gonna do that much damage though, even with the Suffer Sling. As you can see, it still does 0 damage because the glorious SuffeRing does -2 and -3. So we're gonna just skip it for now. We have everything we need plus some. One extra Nosferatu is a little bit overkill, but I'll take it. Alrighty. I like the unicorn horn. To be honest, I always thought it wasn't that great, but being able to like kind of more perfectly craft your shots, I've found it to be extremely useful in my time now. There's definitely some times where it's like, wow, that was actually way better than I thought it was going to be. And I have no qualms in saying that. Obviously, that guy wasn't going to do that much damage. But it's not about that guy doing that much damage. It's about this guy hopefully hitting enough pegs. And I'm so happy that I have the Electro Pegnet And obviously it was just proof right there that it was it's a good item. Sometimes like on this map you kind of go through and you're just like I didn't hit anything. It just sunk me straight down and I don't know what's going on. But Peglin brought it back up. Alrighty, not too bad. We can definitely heal ourselves if we want. I don't think I have any problems with healing myself, so let's go and do that number. That's a solid 30, so we're gonna be full HP. And we did hit a decent amount of bombs, so everything might be more or less dead. That guy's dead, yep. And this guy is gonna be dead in this shot, because we'll probably get a bomb. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yep, okay. And perfect. Only took 4 damage and we're good to go. Gonna keep rocking and rolling. Yes, we snuck it right through. It came up just fast enough that I could sneak it in. Alrighty. The end of this challenge nears ever closer. Let's see if we can actually pull it off. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Having the health really makes a big difference in my opinion. So having 107 health, even though 7 health more isn't really that much, but having 107 health does actually feel like it makes a pretty significant difference. So I'm happy to have it nonetheless. We're gonna go skip this orb here, and we're gonna do something like that so we can hopefully sneak it up. I knew that was gonna happen eventually. That's kind of why I was trying to shoot it in the best possible spot, which I deemed to be closer to the middle in terms of rebound ways, angles. We never got that perfected reactant, but I think as you can see, we're still doing a pretty decent job. And now we have to use a Nosferatu, which is totally fine because we did get hit anyways. So I'm not going to complain too much about that. Ah, no, it bounced straight back out. That's unfortunate. It's all right. Like 30 damage or something across the board doesn't sound too bad to me. Too bad it is hitting so many pegs. It could really do with not hitting that many. There you go. That was only like 20 damage. That's okay. There's that. Nice solid refresh and a couple bombs if we're lucky. 800 damage, so it's gonna probably kill the first 2 guys, maybe 2.5. That's my guess. Yep, perfect. And of course, this orb is not gonna be the happiest of campers. It's gonna probably sink itself into a hole very quickly, but not before we have enough damage to kill this last guy. And now we're off to the boss, and I'm excited to see what this is gonna do against the boss. I always love seeing the Poltorbgeist on this boss in specific because, oh my goodness, the ability for it to shoot back up, especially with Peglin and bombs, is phenomenal. So I'm excited to see that. But first, we got this guy here. This is a pretty good spot for this orb in specific because lots of bombs there. That whole square is almost ×6 now, and this guy's already doing almost 4,000 damage. So I think that was a pretty good place to throw it. First guy's dead, and the next guy takes a little bit of damage. And here comes the dreaded and precarious Poltorbgeist. There we go. Nice little refresh. We got everything across the board. We're doing 5,000 damage. The board is dead. So was this challenge super difficult? I don't know. If we hadn't gotten lucky and gotten a little bit skillful shots early on, I can see it very easily going downhill and causing us to lose. But we got pretty lucky. We got the bombs early on, we got the damage early on, and we happened to pull through. Thank you guys so much for the challenge. Thank you so much for everything. Hope you guys liked and enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Make sure to leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, everybody. Adios.